is a great idea. It gives us not guaranteed every year a home or away opponent, but scheduling is really difficult. And the ACC Big Ten Challenge gives us a great opportunity to play good teams home and away. This has given us another opportunity to do this a little early, probably for most teams, but it is time to play a team like this. This team has had incredible success. You can go way, way back to Pete Gillen, all the way through. Nothing has changed at Xavier. They just continue to win, no matter what league they're in. Whatever they win, they win, they win. And with, I wish Michigan had the same consistency over the last 20 years. It's really been a great program, and they are loaded up with a really good team, has a chance to win the Big East, and we're going to have to really play great basketball to get a W.
Coach, Jalen Reynolds is probably the biggest post threat you've faced at this point. Given that you've been playing 4 guys at the 5, how do you deal with him on defense?
Well, we have fouls to give there now. Yeah, he is an excellent player. He passes the ball well out of the post. He scores the ball. He's a tremendous offensive rebounder. So it's going to be a challenge for our guys. And he actually is. He went to school with Mitch McGarry. I think he would be a senior if he hadn't prepped. He's been around a little bit, and he really knows how to play. And knows how to. We've been waiting sort of his turn to really be a focus of their inside game. They focus their inside game on him. It's going to be difficult.
You'll rotate at the 5 as much or even more.
Yeah, I mean we'll have to. Yeah. That is just a very strong, experienced player, good athlete. Really going to be tough for any of our guys to defend. I mean, he would be a challenge right now for when Jordan Morgan had 5 years of experience, he became an elite defender. Jordan Morgan would have his hands full today or tomorrow as well.
Kelly?
Do you feel the need to solidify a certain position for tomorrow just because of the higher competition, like potentially the big man spot?
Well, we feel a need to solidify, 12 guys playing down to a smaller rotation, as soon as we can. But I don't think there's any sense of urgency just tomorrow. We'll try to get a rhythm so everybody can get a rhythm, and try. If something doesn't work, we might just go to the bench because there's just dead heats running at several positions, whether they're starting or the first guy's off the bench. And this is all part of the process we're going to go through to select, who is playing as the season progresses.
Chris? What did you see after watching the film on the last game that you liked about the offense?
Yeah, that was when we really scored baskets, but the biggest thing would be Derek Wall, just shooting with confidence, playing with confidence, taking ownership of the team, looking at his options, playing with speed. That was the big thing from the whole thing. That was the guy I think we always remember that was playing healthy many times as a freshman, led us to some big wins, hit some big shots, and that's who he was.
Brendan?
With this game, kind of comparing to Villanova last year, a big, tough, physical team to kind of show where you are point. Physically.
Yeah, that'd be very, very similar to that. That I think Villanova may have had. Now they had the same thing. They had older players, juniors and seniors, prep school guys, transfers. Very similar to. I hadn't thought about that. So it's really, I think we played really well in that game. We got down, we got up, and then we couldn't close it. But very similar. Really good team.
In terms of you learned a lot. I remember after that game, you said you knew where they were physically, willing to go in and bang and things like that. Can you
Well, you say, do you remember that DJ Wilson went up and tried to dunk on somebody, and a 6'5" guard just knocked him down and blocked the shot. Yeah, and that was eye-opening for him. I think we're, a year older with our bodies than we were last year when we played in that game. But we're still, with Zach and Spike, we're still trying to get them back. They've lost so much time in their development. But good analogy. We'll have to. I would expect it to be a game like that too. That could be decided in the last 4 minutes.
Moving over to John.
They rebound so well. Who are your guys, do you feel like at this point best ready to combat that and give you some help on the boards there?
Well, they're getting everybody. I listen to people talk about rebounding advantages. Rebounding advantages are nothing. It's offensive rebounding advantage. That's the important stat. And so they're getting 15 a game. We're getting 10 a game. That's a huge difference. So our biggest thing is I don't think we can say, okay, a particular guy. I think everybody's just got to block out. And we still have some guys that are, That's all they need to do is play, is block out, and they're gonna get on the court. But we have a couple of guys that are just, they watch the ball in the air, when it's 20 feet in the air, and they're watching it, and their man's cutting behind them. We cannot break that habit with some of them, and that's what we have to do. I heard a great quote by Muhammad Ali the other day. You know, that to climb a mountain is not as hard as you would think, except if you have a pebble in your shoe. And a pebble in our shoe is that there's one guy that's watching that ball, and it's a different guy, keeps rotating around. There's one guy that doesn't call out a screen. These are small things that we gotta get that pebble out of our shoe, because it'd be hard to go where we want to as long as those things are lingering.
Was that your Muhammad Ali or the other one?
That would be the Muhammad Ali, the first one.
With, you know, one of the big questions coming into the year was point guard play with losing D. Davis and
Yeah,
now Miles
yeah.
Davis in there. What have you seen on film out of the point guard spot?
Well, Sumner is running the team, really. You know, he's like Karis LeVert, like a clone of him, that a kid that grew late, was very skinny, and now he's running the team, and then Miles Davis will help as well. They have a lot of passers that can pass the ball, but Sumner's cat quick and get to a lot of spots very, very quickly, very athletic, and can throw over the ball screens and things like that. So I think they have great direction in the backcourt, and they just have all these pieces together now. When you got guys like Remy Abel, I mean, this is his 5th year playing at a high level. He started out at Indiana. You know, that's a huge difference to have that type of time playing against high major teams. So the backcourt is good, the front court is good. They got shooting. They're a really good team.